About 1 minute here in this child's pose. Making your exhales a little bit longer than the breath in. Still trying to inflate the back body, especially the low back where your kidneys and adrenals live. Three long breaths. One more inhale. And exhale. Slowly come up into tabletop. Move anything that you had underneath you out of the way. Finding all fours for a moment. Palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then finding some spherical cat-cows just to get a little bit of movement in. So arch and round very slowly. Close your eyes. Keep going the way you're going, but notice if you're going counterclockwise or clockwise. Whichever way you're going, see if you can hit every number on the clock. So if you are going clockwise, you get 12, 1, 2, 3, and see if there's any place where your body doesn't want to go, and really try to reach for it. It's like there's this pen on your tailbone and you're drawing that circle, that clock on the wall behind you. Your head and neck following. One more full circle around in the direction that you're going. And then come back to neutral, looking down about a foot in front of your palm. Flip your wrists, turn your right hand to the right, your left hand to the left, the fingertips point back. As best you can, if the fingers still point back, they can point out. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction, just with the wrists flipped. So if you went clockwise last time, go counterclockwise this time. Slow. This is now like you're playing baseball if you're going counterclockwise. So you go from home, around to first, second, third, then through to your home run. Unless you're going clockwise, you're hitting all of the numbers on the clock. Just play whatever game you're playing. The neck follows. Keep a little bend to the elbows if you're an elbow walker. But knowing that by playing the wrists this way, you're flipping your lungs forward, broadening your collarbones right and left, giving you a little bit more movement around your own spin. One more full circle this direction. And then back to neutral. Head looks down, flip your palms forward, and plug them into the floor. Good. Tuck up your left fingertips and lift your right arm into the air, just like you're opening up a wing. And then thread the needle. Slide your right arm underneath your left wrist. Keep your hips up, but lower your right temple to the floor. Drop your right knee, Amanda, so both knees stay down like a tabletop. Yeah, just the arm that moves. And then if the floor is too far from you, you can put a block under your head. You can put a pillow under your head, but we're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so build the floor up to you. Your right arm is reaching out to your left wall, but your hips stay above the knees. And then your left hand, I'm going to keep my left hand just there, propped. for balance, but if you want, you can lift it. You can flip the wrists and half bind it, getting into the left pec and the left shoulder. But we're really focusing on the right one for now. So if doing anything with the left arm takes you out of it, just come out, come back. If you do have that half bound arm, can you roll the left shoulder bone away from here? Yeah. As you close your eyes, just think about the rotation of your rib cage here. Almost trying to turn the right chest plate forward more, up towards the ceiling. As you rotate your right chest up, pull your right butt back, so there's space from your right hip to your right armpit. Blow tension in your face. About 1 minute here. Really long breath. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly coming out of it. Bring your left hand to the floor by your face. Tent the fingertips. Unravel your right arm straight up into the air. And then lower your right hand down. Now, before we get to the other side, clear your mat under stuff on it and come onto your belly. Just lower yourself down carefully. Extend your legs long. Open out both arms wide and drop your right temple to the mat again. So your right arm is to the right, your left arm is to the left. Then bring your left hand to the floor by your face if you're going to do a push-up. Now we're going to open up to the front of the right shoulder. So roll onto your right side, stacking your legs at first. And then if you want, you can lift your left leg, bend the knee, and step the foot behind you so that you open up through the front of your right shoulder. Now we're just getting the other part of the shoulder. Yeah. And then you can lean your head back so that your whole spine is in line from your right heel up the leg, up the spine, and out of your skull. And similar to what we just did, the left arm can stay here, propping you, or you can lift it, or you can have fun. Good. Notice how each position, each side of the shoulder felt for you. If this one is bringing up heat, there's more or less intense for you, just to feel, just to know. compromising your neck in any way. Can you lengthen the sides of your neck, especially that underside, that right side? Deep breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. If you're bound, if you have the left arm bound, return it to the floor. Stack your feet and then roll onto your belly again. Bring both hands back by your low ribs and just find a little baby cobra, the babiest of cobras. We're not going to do vinyasas today, but just to neutralize a little bit. Put the elbows in, drive the wrists back, pull the chest through. And then lower your head down, push back. Child's pose. Just for a full breath in and a full breath out. Tabletop. I'm going to turn around for this other side just so you can see me. Touch up the fingertips of your right arm. Lift your left arm into the air, lean back, open up that door. And keeping your hips up over your knees, thread the needle. Slide your left arm under your right wrist. Drop your left temple to the mat. Reaching your left arm away from you, towards the wall. Keeping your hips up at 90 over your knees. Right hand can stay to the floor in front of your face. You might lift it and half bind it. Settling in. Letting go of any tension you might have in your calves, in your glutes, in your jaw. Maybe if you're half bound, trying to move the right shoulder bone away from you. And if you did the half bind on the one side, do it on the other so that you're getting equal, so that you're working the entire shoulder girdle. Right now, it's the back of the left shoulder, and if you're bound, it's the top of the right shoulder. Trying to keep the sides of your neck smooth, pulling your left butt back away from your left armpit. Breathe. If you put something underneath your head on the other side, do it here. About a minute left. And rotation again as you pull your hips back. Turning your left chest plate towards the sky. And exhale. Turn the right hand to the floor by your face. Take it slow as you unravel your left arm up into the air, leaning back. And then right back down into it. Gently come onto your belly. Airplane, open the arms, left temple to the ground again. And then right hand to the floor, like you're going to do a push-up, and roll into your left side. Stacking your legs, keep your left arm straight out from the armpit, perpendicular to your mat, perpendicular to your body, and then lifting your right leg, bend the knee, and step it behind. Leaning your hip back. I'm going to keep my propped up hand, but if you want to have mine again, you can. It just might be a little overboard at this point. So unless it feels really good, just do whatever you did on the other side. I'm getting into the front of the left chest, left shoulder head, shoulder blade. Bring out the underside of your neck. Pulling your head away from your left heel. 1 minute. Deep breath. One more inhale. Exhale. If you have your arm bound, or turn your right hand to the floor. Stack your legs. Right foot on top of left. And then roll onto your belly. Take it slow. Forehead to the floor. Hands by your low ribs. Hug the elbows in. Drive the wrists back. Pull your chest through. Baby, baby, cobra. And then lower down, push back. Child's pose. Full inhale. Full exhale. Roll up to sit on your heels. Good. We're going to come to lie down on the back, but before before we do, find something, if you don't have blocks, a pillow or a blanket roll you can use. Just because we were just doing a lot of forward on our bellies stuff, looking down. And I want to open up the chest now. So we're going to do fish. So you're going to put either a block or a blanket. Roll that blanket, Josh, so that it's really thick. Maybe even double it up if you have two. Yeah. And then it's going to go at the base of your shoulder blades. So come to sit down. Amanda, what do you got? One block, one pillow? Use the block behind your shoulder blades, any height, and the pillow for your head. I think lowest height since you just have a pillow. And then come to lie down with the one thing, block or blanket, underneath your chest, like right at the base of your shoulder blades. So your low back is free. And the other block or blanket or pillow behind your head. Now all that work we did opening up through the chest and the shoulders, you can just flip up towards the sky. You can stay to the floor, knees bent, or you can be with feet together, knees apart, or you can extend your legs out, oops, which is what I'm doing. We got this nice sandbag on. Arms can go wherever's comfortable. That was pretty effortful what we just did. You had to hold your body weight. You had to really kind of balance and stay still. It wasn't really restful. So let this be restful. Even though there's a lot going on, you be still. Just let the floor and the props that are helping you into this shape do all of the work. As your mind wanders, turning back to your body, to your breath, catching that inhale as it draws in through the nostrils, filling up your lungs, filling up your belly. And the warm air as it exhales all the way back up your throat and out of your nose. Minute left here. breath. One more breath in. Your legs are straight. Bend the knees and plant your feet. Then everyone lift the arms over your head. Reach your fingertips away from you. And then take the arms up to the ceiling and down by your sides. Hug the elbows in and start to lift your head and chest up. Coming onto your forearms for a moment. Just settling in. And then roll to one side and move whatever is behind your chest out of the way. And roll to the other side and move whatever was behind your head out of the way. And then come to lie down on your back. Before we get into twisting, just to neutralize the spine, lift your right leg into the air and place your hands behind your thigh. And then pull the hamstring in towards, or push the hamstring in towards your hands. So that there's this fight between your arm and your leg. So that you're not trying to get the deepest stretch of your muscles here, but it's resetting your bones. And one more breath in. And then on the breath out, cross your right leg over your left, just like you're sitting cross-legged. And then scooch your whole butt over to the right side. And then let your knees fall over to the left. And you can put a block underneath the knees or a blanket or nothing. Open up your right arm and either look to the ceiling or look over your right hand. Just a nice supine twist. If you want to turn this into cat pulling its own tail, adding the quad stretch, you'll reach your right hand down for the top of your left foot and then kick your left heel towards your seat so that you're adding in a stretch to the front of your left thigh. Yeah, it's just, sometimes it feels really good, sometimes you don't want to mess with the twist. So it just depends on where you're at right now. this last minute here, if you have the quad stretch, release your foot so it's just the twist. Three breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly coming onto your back. Bend your feet, bend your knees, and shift your hips so that you're in the middle of your mat. And then just bring your hands to your upper thighs and keeping your hips down, push your thigh bones forward so you can feel the space in your low back open. Let that go and extend your left leg out. Interlace your hands with the other thumb on top, holding the hamstring. Fight for pushing your thigh against your hands and then pulling your leg in with your arms. And the leg and the arms are like magnets opposing each other. Bones resetting back into neutral. One more breath here. And then cross your left foot over your right thigh. Scoot your whole pelvis over to the left, and then let your knees fall. Setting yourself up if you did it on the other side with a block underneath your knee. And for this first half, bending the right knee if you want, grabbing hold of the top of the left or the right foot with your left hand, or just letting the arms be free, looking either to the ceiling or over your left. last minute, letting go of the foot if you had it. Just be in the twist. Three breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, lifting up onto your back. Let your feet gently move your seat so it's in the middle of your mat. Hands to your upper thighs. Press your thigh bones forward without lifting the hips, just pushing your legs forward. Back go. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, rocking side to side. And slide your hands underneath your thighs. And gently roll up to a seat. Take like 3 rolls, maybe more than that. And then once you're up, turn so that you can sit in a straddle. So turn wide onto your mat and extend your legs out long. If you want to sit on a pillow or a blanket, you can, so your pelvis tilts forward if you're really upright and plugged in. Keep a little bend to your knees. And then we're going to fold forward. So anything you want to put in front of you to hold on to, kind of like we did in child's pose. Blocks or blankets or pillows. Reaching the arms forward any amount. You can also hold your own head like this. It's nice to release the weight of your head on something. You can even, is that like an Amazon box, Amanda? Or that chair. You can wheel that chair in front of you and put your forehead on the chair. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Whatever that is, looks great, Josh. Nice. Settling in. Relaxing the bones of your legs, which include the bones of your feet. So just let the feet turn to whatever side is comfortable. As long as you're not locking out your knees, there's no pain underneath your knees, you're fine. If you do feel like your knees are locking out, you can bend them a little bit and shorten your straddle a little. if after being here for a little while, you feel like you could fold a little bit closer to the ground, maybe lowering something down a notch, go for it. Minute. Three breaths. One more. Exhale, look forward. Walk your hands back. Sit up for a moment. And then use your hands to slide your left foot towards the top of your mat. And bring your feet together and your knees apart. Coming into butterfly pose. Feet together, knees apart. Same setup. We're going to hold it forward, so if you want anything underneath your body or your head, bring it there. Sitting up nice and tall, the arms by your sides, chest plates forward, collarbones broad. And then lean, go for it. Any amount. Yeah. Now the deep fold in your knees, getting into your hips. As you fold it. Similar to the pose we started in, breathing into the back body, inflating the low back, your kidneys and your adrenals, which sit right above the top of the pelvis, right below the bottom of your rib cage. for 10 breaths. Three inhales and exhales. Last breath in. Forward. Walking your heads back, sit up nice and tall. Close your knees in toward each other. Give yourself a squeeze. And then come to lie down on your back. Take up space, arms and legs wide. It's nice to reach the arms over your head. Big X shape. Point your toes forward, reach your fingertips back, and then take your heels forward. Pull yourself apart in 4 directions. And then drop it. And just let your body be held here. Shavasana. All of that work you did, full body, without even ever doing a vinyasa, without even ever doing a down dog. Getting past the muscles into the deep muscle tissue, to your fascia. So the work lasts for a long time, even past the point to get up. All of that behind you now, so you can just rest. Breathing in, breathing out. side to side. Gather your knees into your chest. Pull your left side, your inside. And push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes soft, eyelids heavy. Sitting up nice and tall, one hand lifts to the heart, one draws to the belly. So you can feel the breath filling up the belly with air, leaving out fully. Exhale. Feel the electricity of your heartbeat. From your mouth, let your next breath out, come out of your mouth until you're fully empty. Hold your breath, seal your lips, and inhale just once from the belly, up through the rib cage, up to the collarbones. Hold your breath. Quick sip of air. 2 more. Open mouth, exhale. Fold forward, head bows into your practice, whatever it holds